Hello and welcome to AOR Season 16, Round 12, and it takes us to the Hungaroring here, in which is one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, I've got to admit, but here we are anyway, on the pad again. If you weren't here last time round, I was practicing leading into Germany on the wheel, and actually did qualifying on the wheel, but yeah, I just couldn't drive it. Yeah, again, I was well off the pace, and yeah, I found out when I actually went into that race that for some reason the game had selected me onto the default 5 setup, even so I clearly selected my own setup, so I don't know what happened there, and yeah, as a result, the car was undrivable both on the pad and the wheel, so it wasn't really the wheel's fault, but again, I just sort of did practice on the wheel again, and again I was 1.5 to 2 seconds off, which considering this track is yeah, not one of the best ones of mine. I felt it would be too dangerous again to go on the wheel. But you can see I'm driving quite erratically on the pads, and that's because I tried to set up a new setup in which, yeah, it was much better for sort of tyre wear. Because of course, if you didn't watch my THL video yesterday, yeah, one of the main issues I had was tyre wear towards the end of my stint. I mean, I had really good pace actually towards the beginning of the stint, but towards the end, my tyres completely died off. So hopefully we could just sort of fix that. So yeah, as the end of the lap, it's only a 1:16.8, so of course the new setup, not really focusing on raw pace and traction as much, more just tyre wear. So as we go into the results screen, we actually still get top 10, thanks in part to the fact not many people turned up, and we were aided by the ultra softs, of course, and that means we have to start on the ultra softs. So I would have actually liked to do the soft to mediums, but we are going to have to do the ultra softs to mediums, which is still possible, but puts me at a bit of a disadvantage, and yeah, you can see we're going to have to take the mediums an awful long way. So yeah, once again we're going to sort of underfuel the car a bit, but yeah, I was sort of experimenting with the 2-stop as well, and yeah, again, it still was, don't think it would have been as fast as the 1-stop, so it was just worth me doing the 1-stop, and I mean it didn't really matter any because I was probably going to be towards the back, but as 5 red lights go, well, up, and well, they're out, and away we go, and we get quite a poor start as per usual. But we've actually got quite a few people behind us who, of course, will try to get us. We're actually sort of sandwiched there, and we have to be careful that we don't take anyone out. So just sort of being cautious there and just letting the chaos unfold into turn 1. But again, you can see we already lose the back end, and it's not looking good because, of course, the last time that happened was actually last race, and we retired on lap 4. So again, the setup not really, I don't know, it just felt really odd in the race. Like in qualifying, it was all right, but not really that bearable, but in the race again it was just really dodgy. So I don't know if the setup changed the default 5 again. I don't actually check because it was feeling pretty awful to drive, and just as unbearable as last time really. You can see that's Ken Worthington round, and we're going to gain a position as a result, but I don't think that we're going to gain any more as we lose our wing on the back of cans, and yeah, just sort of adding insult to injury. I mean, I think we've lost our wing in the back of about 20 people this season. It's honestly been unbearable. Probably even more so than last season. So I literally, yeah. So that's the least of my worries right now, though, because you can see I'm already dropping lots of time to the guys in front, even some on the ultra softs. And I can tell you it's not tyre wear because the car's just feeling shit to drive in general. Yeah, if you mind my French, but you can see again just losing the back end everywhere, and we're just sort of bleeding time to Ken Worthington now. And once again, I didn't know if the glitch had occurred. It seems to be all right in THL, so I don't know why it's so dodgy in AOR, but you can see now, you know, just trying to sort of keep it on track, but yeah, again we just lose the back end, and yeah, I don't know. We're not even probably going to make it past lap 5 now, and I mean I was just at this point just beginning to get a bit fed up because, I mean, although in THL it's somewhat bearable, I'm not really getting racing in that as well. And this is just a joke. I mean, my tyres are blooming 111 degrees now. And you can see I've been driving pretty slowly just to try to cool them down. They're just heating up. So I don't know if it's the setup. I don't know what's gone on recently in this lobby. But it's almost like they sort of turned traction off or something. But I really don't know, because it's the second time in a row this has happened, and you'd think I'll be making it up by now, but I'm just not, and it's really beginning to annoy me. You can see the tyres are pretty much brick red at this point, so aside from actually helping tyre wear, this is just going to be blowing them up. But you can see Ken Worthington's actually going to pit. I'm on lap 4 already, and he's literally right behind us, and we're literally driving on an ice rink right now. It is unbearable. So yeah, I was just going to retire this lap, and unlike last race, I just couldn't be bothered to wait around the whole session. I know you're not really meant to leave mid-session, but I don't know what to say. I mean, it's a large chunk of my Sunday evenings towards this league, and the fact that I haven't even made it past lap 4 on both races, I'm just going to let Ken Worthington through. There's no point fighting him. I was literally scathing at this point, and so much trying to make it to the end of the season. I don't know if I can make that, because it's just really frustrating me now. Even when I actually have good setups in THL, and I don't have this absolute joke of default 5, whatever's going on in this lobby. Even when I'm in THL, and I actually have this up I want, it's just I'm always doing so well in qualifying that I'm just falling through the field, and that's not what league racing. That's not the league racing I like. I mean, I liked it when I qualified 13th back in AOR season 14. I liked it when I was able to go from 13th to 3rd in the race, get some overtakes, actually have the pace compared to everyone else. Right now, it's just an absolute joke, and my tyres are now 120 degrees pretty much, and they're not losing temperature anytime soon. So I was just literally just going to pull into the pits, retire, and yeah. So yeah, sorry about the rant again in this video. I just don't know what to say about this game, and I don't know if it's my fault, but I think the last 2 times it just put me on a setup which I didn't think I selected. I mean, I'll try to be more vigilant next time, but yeah, if you skip on to the results, you can see Edge in the end actually wins over Gearsos, who actually gets a really good result. Skierda in 3rd, once again being consistent. Reborn is going to be 4th, Kareka 5th, and P-Release 6th, with Jaeger in 7th, just ahead of Schwalb, after Schwalb had a few penalties. But yeah, that's going to be it for the results. If you have a look into the results table, you can see Edge commanding lead, nearly 80 points now ahead of Kareka. So he's looking well on his way to sort of win even before USA or Mexico. So he's doing a great job up at the front. You can see Skierda as well, consolidating his 3rd place, which he got last time out. And Reborn destroyed the big mover there, from 8th to 6th place. So another really good result from him. And yeah, he's towards the top of the midfield now. Meanwhile, we're going to lose the position to Gearsos, who get 2nd place. So yeah, as we actually have a look on the constructors, yeah, nothing really changing. Renault is quite comfortable out front now from Toro Rosso. Even so, with Gearsos actually getting 18 points for Toro Rosso today, of course he's still a reserve. That sort of helps them on their way. But that's going to be it. See you next time in Spa.